Welcome to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and keep the conversation going in the comments section. And please also download the JMW Inside Man podcast from your podcast supplier. Now, Manchester City introduced a new scarf with a difference at the end of last season. Lucy Marlow specialises in intellectual property and has an interest in sport. So what exactly did Manchester City do, Lucy?
Yes, so towards the end of last season, Manchester City partnered with the technology company Cisco, and they trialled a funky piece of technology where they placed sensors into the scarves worn by their fans. And these sensors gathered a whole range of data, such as the oxygen saturation levels, heart rates, respiration, hydration levels. I'm sure many of the fans will be drinking at the time, so they're probably very severely dehydrated. And what they did was, from using this data, they then had an insight into the fans' experience, and they could collate that data with other data from the match itself. And then what they've done is that they've used that data for the next upcoming season so that they can interact with their fans in new and innovative ways, and also connect with them in new and exciting ways. So it's a very interesting space.
It sounds very futuristic, but at the same time, probably the way things are going. I mean, more generally, because you're an intellectual property solicitor, is it important to protect this kind of tech if you come up with it?
Yeah, so as part of my practice, I'm regularly advising businesses who are coming up with new and inventive technology. And from that, a lot of IP rights can flow. It's very important that if you're in that space and you have come up with a new inventive product, one of the top tips that I would give any client is that you take advice before launching that product. Because, for example, in the case of a patent, if you disclose that patent and make it available to the public before you apply, you can invalidate a patent application because the patent will no longer be new and novel. But there's also various other rights that might be relevant to your particular product, such as designs to protect the look and the feel of the product. And also you may wish to apply for a sub-brand to your core brand to cover that product. So it's really important that you get your IP house in order before you launch. And that's something that I could help with.
Lucy, thank you very much for your insight. And if you'd like to contact Lucy, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. Please also subscribe to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel from JMW Solicitors and download the JMW Inside Man podcast from your podcast provider. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.